Hello everyone. Now I will explain here measurement of iron in water sample. So iron is the most important and common parameter measured in water sample. So in our drinking water, the iron concentration should be 0.3 milligram per liter. That is the permissible limit. Above that limit is not suitable for drinking purpose. So iron we are measuring by spectrophotometric, that is colorimetric method. That is the color development method. We will prepare some standard iron solution and we will measure the absorbance in the spectrophotometer, and from the unknown water sample we will plot in the calibration graph and we will find out the concentration of iron. So here in this color spectrophotometry method, so we will put some reagent, chemical reagent, for example phenantholene. So phenantholene is a silating compound which will bind with iron and form a orange red color complex in presence of ammonia acetate buffer solution. So this buffer solution is the acidic buffer solution. It will maintain the pH range, and in acidic medium this actually the red orange color complex is formed. So we are preparing some here standard iron solution first. So for the calibration curve. So iron solution is prepared from standard iron water, that is 10 ppm iron, 10 milligram per liter iron solution. So we will prepare one blank with no iron, 1 ppm iron, 2 ppm iron, 3 ppm iron and 4 ppm iron solution. So we will prepare this standard solution in a volumetric flux. So here this one is the volumetric flux. So for preparing of blank, we will prepare total volume of 50 ml. So 50 ml we will prepare that standard iron solution. So 50 ml for this blend, we will take 50 ml of distilled water. That means there is no iron solution. So here we will put now the required reagent, chemical reagents, that is your 10 ml of ammonium acetate buffer solution. So we are adding this reagent to all the iron solution, including your blank and sample also. If any iron is there, there will be color development, and if there is no iron, there will be no color. So we will put here now 1 ml of concentrated HCl. Concentrated HCl means hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid is a acidic solution. You cannot take by mouth. We will use now pipette pump. So 3 to 4. Yeah, taking HCl. So now we have to put 20 ml of phenantholene. So if in blank also, instead of that, if any iron solution, iron is there, there will be color formation. (20 ml phenantholene I am adding). So after putting all this chemical reagent, we will make up to 100 with distilled water, and we are making actually volume 100 ml. So this will be done for all standard and sample also. So dilution will be cancelled out for all. This is a blend for standard calibration graph. So blank, if there is iron, there is no color coming. That means there is no iron present. So now we will prepare 1 milligram of iron standard. So for preparing 1 milligram iron standard, we will take according to equation V1 N1 equal to V2 N2. For total volume 50 ml, we need to take 5 ml of iron solution. So for 5 ml iron solution required for preparing 1 ppm standard. I am taking from 5 to 10, that is 5 ml. Then after that we have to add the required chemical reagent for color development. So this is 10 ml of ammonium acetate buffer solution. Then 1 ml of concentrated HCl solution. So from 4 to 5, 1 ml of concentrated HCl solution. Now 20 ml of phenanthroline. So color is coming for 1 ppm. So now we will fill up to 100 with distilled water. So we can accurately mark, means that adjust the level 100 up by one dropping bottle, drop by drop. So after that we will mix it. So this is the color we are getting, that is 1 ppm iron standard. This color is formed in this phenanthroline method. I am keeping this whole solution in a specimen tube. Then I will wash this volumetric flask with distilled water. Now for 2 ppm iron solution, now we have to take 10 ml of standard iron solution. So 10 ml of standard iron solution for preparation of 2 milligram per liter standard iron. Now I will add the remaining reagent. 600 HCl. And 20 ml phenanthroline. So after addition of phenanthroline, color is forming here. So now dilute to 100 ml mark with distilled water. And adjust the level with dropping bottle to 100 ml. Now close this stopper and mix it. So I will transfer it to another specimen tube. This is 2 mg per liter. Now I will wash this volumetric flask with distilled water. Next, preparation of 3 mg per liter iron. So for 3 mg per liter, we need 15 ml of iron solution, stone iron solution. This is 10 ml. I am taking another 5 ml. Now 10 ml of buffer solution. One ml of concentrated HCl. Then 20 ml of 110 phenanthroline. So now need to make the final volume 100 ml. So you have seen color is more intense, more concentrated color. So for 3 ppm, iron standard. We'll mix it. I'll keep it in a specimen tube. This is 3 ppm iron standard. Then I will wash this volumetric flask with distilled water. So last preparation of 4 ppm iron standard. We need 20 ml of iron solution. 1 ml of concentrated HCl. Now 20 ml of phenanthroline. Finally, we dilute it to 100 ml with distilled water. Now it is 100. So this is the preparation of standard iron. So you can imagine from this color the iron concentration. So first one is the blank, 1 ppm iron, 2 ppm iron, 3 ppm iron, 4 ppm iron. So you see, with increasing iron concentration, the color of this complex become more intense. So later we will check this in spectrophotometer by measuring absorbance. Now we will prepare in the same way our required sample. So sample we are measuring here are river water, groundwater, tap water and synthetic water. So river water we will now take this river water. We will now 50 ml sample. So in place of iron standard, we are putting now 50 ml of river water. So I wash this volumetric glass with distilled water. So 50 ml river water I am putting, and remaining solution, that is chemicals, reagent, you have to add for color development. If any iron is there, there will be color formation. So chemicals here are 10 ml of buffer solution. तो 20 ml of phenanthroline solution. Now remaining volume up to 100 ml. We are making with distilled water. So dilution will be cancelled for all, including standard and sample also. Up to 50 ml, 100 ml mark, we are diluting with distilled water. So this is river water. Now we are taking groundwater. Generally groundwater presents iron. So because of presence of iron, you will see there will be a reddish brown color precipitate in groundwater. So iron generally presents in ferrous, that is dissolved state, Fe2 plus. So after oxidation with atmospheric air, it converted to ferric state, that is Fe3 plus. And that we will see after keeping some time, there will be reddish brown color precipitate at the bottom of your bottle. So that indicates the presence of iron. 20 ml phenanthroline, one ml of concentrated HCl, now fill with distilled water. So this is groundwater. We'll keep in a specimen tube. Now I will take tap water from a laboratory tap. So I am taking 50 ml of tap water. Twenty ml of phenanthroline, one ml of HCl, now fill with distilled water up to 100 ml. So this is tap water. Last we will prepare one synthetic water, that is synthetic where iron salt is added. Synthetic water. We will take 50 ml of synthetic water. So here we will add the required reagent for the color development. So you have seen your color is already coming for synthetic water. So it indicates presence of iron in synthetic water. So this is synthetic water. So this color development is now over for all standard sample. Now we will measure absorbance in the spectrophotometer at 510 nanometer wavelength. So now we will measure absorbance of the iron standard and that liquid water sample in visible spectrophotometer. So this one is the visible spectrophotometer where we can measure wavelength range in the visible of the spectrum. So here it is 325 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. So and we have another spectrophotometer that is UV visible, we can measure in UV range. So here we have set that wavelength in 510 nanometer. So here you can see here a digital display. WL means wavelength. Wavelength is 510 nanometer, that is required for the absorbance of this red color complex. So here we have selected absorbance, that spot is on capital A, that is showing absorbance. So it is not a unit. So this actually what happened, all these phenomena is based on Beer-Lambert law. So what is Beer-Lambert law? So we are passing that required ray of light into a standard sample cell holder. So here sample holder is the 1 nanometer path length. This is transparent side. Then here some amount of light is absorbed and some amount of light is transmitted. So amount of absorbance is directly proportional to the concentration of the solution. That is actually Beer-Lambert law. So their path length is fixed 1 centimeter length. So that light absorbed is directly proportional to the concentration. So that one equation is there. That absorbance equal to epsilon CL. C is the concentration, L is the path length, and A is the absorbance. You can read in the book about Beer-Lambert law. So here we will now set the instrument absorbance at 0. So 0 will be set in the spectrophotometer. So here blank we have no iron. So no iron means here absorbance will be 0. Or we can set here as 0. We can set that absorbance of the blank as 0. So this is the different cell holder. Only one cell we are putting the first. Light is coming in this way and we are now closing it. And we will now put this absorbance, that button, for setting 0 absorbance. So you can see now that absorbance here is showing 0. So for blank we will write now 0. For the blank, and now I will put here 1 ppm standard. This is the 1 ppm iron solution. One will rinse this cuvette and then we are putting so this much. That means 1 centimeter is left blank. So that is enough. No need to fill completely this cuvette with sample, because sample can spill inside and that will be problem for the instrument. So for 1 ppm iron we have got now 0.086. Next I will put 2 ppm iron standard. So we will rinse the cuvette once, then we will put up to this level. So we need to wipe the water droplet with tissue paper like this and put in the cell holder. So this is coming 0.177. So absorbance is increasing with increasing iron concentration. Next I will put 3 ppm iron standard. So here absorbance for 3 ppm iron is showing as 0.265. 0.265. Now I will put the last standard, that is 4 milligram per liter iron. So is for 4 ppm iron standard, we have got 0.358. Now I will check the absorbance of our sample of measurement. That is the sample is river water. So river water, the absorbance is showing 0. So 0 means that we have got from the color also. 0 means no iron present in river water. 0. Next is groundwater. So groundwater is showing as negative, that means 0, even less than the blank. Next I am putting tap water sample. So here also coming negative value means 0. You can take as a 0. Then synthetic sample. Synthetic sample is a sample where we have put iron compound here, iron salt. So this is the synthetic sample. Absorbance coming is 0.196. So these are the values of the standard and sample, and the absorbance values. You now plot the plot the calibration curve on a simple log paper, keeping concentration of standard iron solution on x-axis and absorbance value on the y-axis. The plot will yield a straight line passing through the origin for unknown samples. Read the corresponding iron concentration against the recorded absorbance value from the equation y equal to mx plus c. Well, C will be 0. So that is all about iron measurement. Thank you.